So, today is the 6th. Wednesday, maybe? No, you're not coming up, kitty. Tomorrow I'll be out of cat food. By the weekend, I'll be out of human food. And, Cool Beans 7. Troll is still out there. Troll's proud of me or happy for me or that's better about the Mordor walk, which could have killed me. I'm not lying. I'm still recovering from Sunday and the aphasia attack, which are pre-stroke kind of type symptom stuff. And the heat hasn't helped. I mean, today it's nice because it was supposed to be up to 38, but it's not going that high, which is good. And we're at a plateau point where 3 more hours and then it'll start to get down, just like the weather, go down. I don't have, not today. Not today. Behind my eye hurts. Pressure keeps changing. I'm just waking up from a nap because no, stop shaking the table. Thank you. I called a bunch of people this morning, couldn't get through to anyone. Sent out emails, haven't heard back from anyone or any kind of acknowledgement. Been sending out emails all week. Nothing. It's not true. My lawyer sent me a reply saying, yes, automatic reply. Received your email. Which one, I don't know. But that doesn't really count now, does it? Yeah, I can form full sentences, but I hurt to do so. And to try and write stuff and then translate it into French, even just making the French phone calls today was not easy. But I tried. And I don't know who to call because the people who are supposed to be protecting me aren't interested. And I'd like to remind or inform that in 2020 I went 85 days without electricity before someone actually got off their butt and did their job like they were supposed to. And I don't think it's gonna take 85 days, but the human body kind of needs food. And there's nothing in my area. You know, there's I can't ask the neighbors for help because they're abusive. And I don't have any friends. I mean, my 16-year-old, he has a scooter, which hasn't been used in a year, at least. And so no idea if it would work even at all. But he doesn't have any phone data because he gets his phone plan paid by his father, and it's only 20 gigabytes a month, which was decent if you have home Wi-Fi, which he did at the house with his father. I don't have home Wi-Fi, so he's already out. He's been out. He won't get it back till later this, like the 10th. What are we again? We're the 6th. And, no, Cat, you're not jumping up. So that means that he's the only one that could go do it. Because I ain't driving that thing. It's not safe for me. It's not safe for him, considering the fact that it's the same scooter that was in an accident because of his father's endangerment. But it got repaired. Isn't that nice? After having to force him to take it to a real garage instead of, MacGyvering it. Not that he has any skills as a mechanic whatsoever. No training. The mechanic MacGyvering he did for other vehicles. Yeah, I had a permitless car at one point. first one I was able to use as a car here. And he ended up circulating the exhaust back up into the car. Attempting much? And other mechanical stuff he did, to at one point where the wheel came off while I was driving it. I don't mean the tire. I mean the whole wheel came off. Now, thankfully, permitless cars basically at that point wasn't a newer one. It was an older one, and a secondary older one that could be used to butcher for parts. And, yeah. It's basically a tractor engine. Tiny car. Had rusted hole where you could see the bottom, in the passenger floor area. No, driver's floor area. Yeah. And the brake cables had to be redone several times because they were held together with like a pinchy or a paper clip or something. I can't remember now. It's death trap. But it was perfectly fine for me, wasn't it? The entire wheel came off. And, yeah. And the MacGyvering that he did for my second son's scooter. And, yeah, he ends up in an accident that could have killed him. And so, yeah, all kinds of other fun stuff that I question involuntary manslaughter attempts through negligence. And I question that for all of the agencies I'm dealing with in France, be it the courts, be it L'udaf, or the CAF, RSA, social services, or any of them, any of the ones I'm dealing with. And I want to fascia kicking in. Fun. I want to invoke the law of tort. I want compensation. I want legal help. I sent an email to some lawyers, different ones outside of the country, this week, looking for help. Sent an email to another embassy, hoping maybe they can help get us out of here. We need an extraction. I'm not looking at this point anymore for help within France. And it's cute little organizations that are supposed to help the people, but I've been warning them for years. If the patterns keep repeating, this is what's going to happen right now. What is happening right now? And nobody listened. Nobody took me seriously. Ta-da! No transportation. No ability to go get food. Human endangerment. Animal endangerment. Violation of the court for the contracts that I am included into with L'udaf and others. They are violating our human rights. And it's slowly killing me. So yeah, congratulations, Seven. You liked the horses. Cool. This is what it cost me. My BP spiked to 153 on that walk. And had I not been lucky enough to get a ride home from the secretary of the local town hall, who saw me in the parking lot just as I was putting the bags on and walking away, I'd probably be dead. I should probably be in the hospital right now, but I can't because of all the trauma, the malpractice from the hospital. The fact that my ex-husband works at the hospital because he's a researcher and he has influence there, and they have already proven that the hospital doesn't do anything wrong. They protect their people. So even if I went to the hospital under the guise of protection and a different name, there's still risk he'll be there. And what do I do with 16? He can't stay here alone. And he can't stay in that hospital because it'll drive him insane, and it'll be closer to his father, and he'll want to go kill him more. So what do I do? We can't function here. We are being held against our will here. Running isn't an option. We need help. And everyone's just going about their lives. Cool. Congratulations. Thanks for caring. Now, I don't mean new people that are just seeing this. I mean people who have been aware and just turn a blind eye because it's uncomfortable. It's awkward. Yeah, dying is awkward, slowly, day after day. Dealing with intrusive thoughts, dealing with trauma, dealing with abuse in all forms as it damages the brain and body. It is awkward. It is awkward. And people would rather that I just stop making them feel awkward. But I can't shut up because we need help. And this isn't legal. This isn't right. And I'm just sitting here and, yeah, BP is spiking again. And I'm overheating. But it's cooler today and there's a breeze. But the barometric pressure keeps fluctuating and causing more brain pain. What do I do? Who do I call? Who are you gonna call? There ain't no Ghostbusters. I need a legal team. We need an extraction. We need out of France. Ireland right now is our only hope because we have people there that care, that can host us, that can help us get to the doctors that we need, that can get to the legal team that we need. But we're not allowed to leave. And I'm hours away by train or by car from Paris, where any of the embassies are that could potentially help us. And Paris, if you look on a map, is close to any kind of borders. I don't have any kind of money to be able to go anywhere. We need someone to come help us. I'm just so tired. And my brain hurts. And I really don't want to die here. And that's what they keep pushing us to do. Pushing me towards death. Pushing my son towards murder, suicide, and potential mass homicide. And I'm fighting it. But the heat's not helping. Not having any kind of not having any kind of fun entertainment like Netflix or just normal television. My PlayStation died. Overheated a while ago. One of my other son's PlayStation died because of a thunderstorm that struck the house and fried it. Fried another television, so we only got one television left. And right now, my son's using an old PS3 that we had and some games, which is kind of helping him to distract, but it risks overheating because of the heat, and there's no air conditioning. We don't have the creature comforts to distract us like most people do. It's too hot to be in the garden. It's too hot to go for walks. It's like Death Valley. I was checking the temperatures the other day. Even Death Valley is colder at night than it has been here. And so we don't have those creature instant gratification, escapism comforts that most people do. He's only got the 20 gigabytes of data, which he's already eaten through. I've only got 80, which I'm down to 63, if the count is correct. And I gotta be able to use that for making these videos, posting them online, making phone calls, dealing with my own mental health issues, trying to work through those and find distractions or find help or find whatever I can. But the heat's been so bad, and not having any distractions, not having things like ice cream or chips or, fun tasty things that could help him recenter. He came real close to having a breakdown this week and being tempted just to either try taking his scooter or just walking to his father's. And he's willing to make a video by himself on his thoughts, on his experiences, because the court, because of the slander, keeps saying he sounds too much like me. Well, of course he does. I'm relaying what he's been saying. I'm telling back to everybody his thoughts, his feelings, his words. And it's just like they're trying to manipulate it, they're trying to cause intimidation, and they're leaving us in limbo to die. So who do I call? But yeah, he's willing to show just how deeply it affects him, because he can't do that in court because of all the trauma and because of all of the attack mentality and the abuse from the judge and no protection. It's not like you see on, Judge Judy and stuff like that and whatever. Actually, it's kind of like Judge Judy. I mean, except makes sense. But I mean, the judges are all abusive. The lawyers speak their piece, but they don't defend you. They don't cross-examine or anything like that. No, the judges try and manipulate you. I mean, the one judge, she repeated multiple times over and over, trying to get me to say that, my ex is my son's father. Biologically, yes. He sired him. There is no dad, there is no father with him. There's only abuse. And mocking and slander and intimidation and anything that can make us seem smaller. So we can't speak up because of the abuse. And it's just, I'm so tired. And it's so hard to sleep because it's just so hot. It's hard to do anything. And I have to rest. I can't clean the house. I can't do the dishes. I can't do this. I can't do that. Because if I do too much, it risks another stroke. And it's not that I'm an unfit parent. It's the fact that I've got no help and I've got all this abuse. Financial abuse, emotional, psychological, occasionally physical abuse from the hospitals. I've got people who are petty, narcissistic, and showing classism and xenophobia and abuse of power, who refuse to do their job when it's been court ordered for them to do their job. What do I do? Who do I call? I'm running out of ideas because my brain has tried so many of them and it's just so tired. I need community. I need people stepping up and calling people, writing people, getting the full story out of my head so it's documented. So that there's proof everywhere, all over the internet. I've been making proof as it's been happening so I don't forget it, because my brain just gets, Bruce, you cannot have my bag. It is not a toy for you to, it's not. It's mine. Just stop. Just stop. It's too much. I need help. We're being slowly killed and pushed towards killing others. It ain't right. And I got trolls like 7 going, "That a girl. Congratulations. You got off your ass. You did something." Fucker. Ignorant, piss pot fucker. I wouldn't be alive today if I hadn't been strong enough and doing enough to get me to this point. And it's killing me. How much more do I have to sacrifice? How much more of a martyr do I have to be? We didn't do anything to deserve this, and it's not a pity party. Contact human rights advocates. Contact George Clooney with his foundation. Contact Camila Vasquez or Johnny Depp's lawyer, because there's so many similarities to that. Contact Britney Spears' lawyer, because there's that financial aspect of it as well. Fucking contact people. Help me. Contact the Irish embassy. Ask for an intervention. Get us out of here. I have done too much, and I've been ignored. I mean, for fuck's sake. On my Facebook, I've got how many people that are ex-cops? I've got how many people who are ex-military? I've got how many people who are authors, published, whether it's blogging, whether it's ebooks, whether it's hard copy paperback. I have how many people who are part of organizations like the clone troopers from Star Wars, where it's thousands of people that can help, where it's people with skill sets. I have how many people who are teachers or whatever, who have the skill sets to say, hey, if I made the fucking effort and I took the time to write down the important bits, to question and get the information, maybe it would correlate and come to and go into summarize and make it coherent and could be presented in a way that people won't ignore me. Where are they? Where are they? And this is not to guilt trip any of you if you watch. But if you feel guilty, that's a you thing. This is a me thing saying, I have tried, I have asked for years. And now I'm at a point where I could fucking die. And it's not just, oh, theoretical, oh, you're just over exaggerating. It's just the fear. No. It's fucking reality. So yeah, I'm angry. It hurts. Where's the community? Where's the community? I don't even care about the friendship. I gave up on that. We're not friends. We stopped being friends years ago. Fine, no problem. I respect that. But I am a member of the human race, and it's like, doesn't matter. Just go back to being a ghost. Just fade away. Just fade away. I need a legal team. I need someone to interview us and get the truth in a concise, condensed information way. I need to have my son, psychologically evaluated so that we can prove we're not crazy, we're not manipulative, we're not all the things of the slander and defamation of character that everyone keeps saying. We just can't function in this country. And the abuse keeps piling up and it's killing us. We need law of tort. People in Paris suffered one day of intense psychological and emotional and physical trauma, and large amount of people died. So what, November 13th, 20 something, 17 maybe? I don't know. I can't remember dates. Numbers don't mean anything to me. One day, yes, there were families and stuff had to wait like 3 days before they figured out what happened, if their loved ones were dead or not. But for one day of damage, those people received compensation for the country not doing its job, and for torture and for terror. Terror, not torture. One day. France is vehement about the war on terror and not allowing terrorism. And yet, it causes terror to its own citizens, especially if they're the wrong type of white, which means you're not born in France, you're not raised in France, you don't know the system in France, so you're not really French. You haven't really integrated, you haven't really been properly colonialized on their territory. Or you're the wrong type of human because you're not white, and you probably come from one of their territories, ex-colonies or whatever, and therefore anyone who comes to France is expected to become French, to be colonialized. So colonialism is still alive and kicking. It just may not be happening outside the border, but it happens here. And if you don't conform, you get punished. So I've got 15 years of terror, starting with my ex-husband, going through all of the things like the hospitals, the doctors, the schools, the notary, the courts, all kinds of lawyers, the social workers, the social stuff, the L'udaf, all of it, etc., spitting out even the fucking cops telling me how to defraud the government in their office when I was there trying to get information about my second son being hit by a drunk driver in a hit-and-run case. That would have killed him if he was a typical French kid. Came real close. So it's been escalating, and it's been perpetuating with every single person that gets involved. It has to stop. And I'm trying to do it legally, and the legal system here is fucked up because they just keep perpetuating it. So France is perpetuating these acts of growing terrorists on its own soil, and then trying to shove them under the rug, trying to put them down, because how dare they stand up and say, hey, you shot that kid at a routine traffic stop, we're gonna riot. Tried shutting that down. Tried rushing the court cases as fast, one after the other after the other. Did Bastille Day mean anything? The actual original event, did it mean anything? Because it's the same BS happening. It never stopped. It just changed clothing, look, figureheads, under the guise of democracy. Those people got compensation for things that happened horribly to them because of other people, but mostly because of the fact that the French government didn't act properly and it caused more damage. And this is going on for 15 years, and it keeps getting swept under the rug and ignored. And how much is my life worth? How much are the lives of my kids? I can't work here. At this point, even if we survive till my son is 18, I won't be able to work outside of here if this keeps going. It keeps destroying me more and more. What do we do? How much is my life worth? How much have I lost in wages over 15 years because I keep getting put into positions where it's killing me and there's no help? 15 years. People just want to ignore it. Go away. Shh. Don't say nothing. So F you, 7. Ain't no fucking pity party. I'm trying to stay alive here. Most people in my shoes wouldn't have survived. I'm going through the same immigration style of crap that the POC communities in the United States deal with. And because I'm white, people don't want to deal with me because, oh, you got privilege. Obviously, it ain't as bad as you say it is. Yeah, I'm white, but I'm still facing xenophobia. I might as well be POC. I got some level of privilege, yes. It's taking longer to kill me, basically. And that's no disrespect to those in the POC communities who they understand what white privilege is. I get that. I get that. But I'm dealing with that here. And it's fucked up. But France is supposed to be a civilized country, democracy and all that. We deserve compensation for damages. And we need out of here. We need help. And I need groceries today. I need them tomorrow. Because I'll be out of food by Friday. No, not Friday. Monday. Because some people live paycheck to paycheck. And can you not do that? And of those some people living paycheck to paycheck, a lot of them still have an okay resource of food stored up. I did that at one point, and then the 85 days of no electricity cut that down. Ate up all of my stores. So I ain't got nothing saved up. I go paycheck to paycheck, week to week, buying groceries. And we use them that week. And we have a little bit left over for, stuff that we don't use because you don't eat a whole bottle of sauce. You use the sauce to make things tasty. But our nutritional needs are not being met. We are malnourished. And the fact that I have so much brain damage, autoimmune disorders, he's going through an existential crisis. We need very specific foods for the brain, for the gut, to help. And we ain't getting those. And we're constantly told, just ration it, just make do. So I have been. And I've been fighting it, but I've been rationing it. That's why we still have food today. That's why we'll still have food by Sunday. For me, for my son, not for the animals. This ain't right. We need help. I'm tired of people ignoring it, trying to dumb it down, trying to call it a pity party. It ain't a pity party. This is a legal activity on behalf of the government and various agencies within France, whether they're government agencies directly or indirectly. And it just keeps perpetuating. So yeah, still alive, still trapped, legally. And no amount of removing lack mindset or no amount of, just get out of victimization mode. No, sweetie, we're being victimized. You can't get out of victimization mode until you stop being victimized. As long as you're being victimized, you have to acknowledge it so that you can get help, so you can do something about it. And don't tell me that it didn't happen to you, it happened for you. Who else did it happen to then? The level of mental gymnastics necessary to make that statement true? Yes, all of this is happening to us. The only way to make it happen for us is to do everything in our power to fight it, to get through it, to get the help we need to get past it, and then heal from it. Because at that point, all of the lessons that we have learned from this point forward can be used to help us in any situation in life. It empowers us. But in the moment, we are being victimized. It is happening to us. So when you tell someone, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you, you're turning a blind eye, you're gaslighting the person who is literally in the moment going through it. Because it's their life. It ain't happening to, Joe Blow down the street or Susie Smith wherever. It's happening to the person. It's happening to them. Because it's their life. You have to acknowledge these things before they can be turned into empowerment. And even when you do the work to turn them into empowerment, it's still happening to you. And it has to stop. And I'm doing everything in my power to look at every single BS situation, every single trauma, every single intrusive thought as a lesson, as an experience to grow from, to work through, to process, to learn new skill sets from. And that is the only way I have been able to survive this long. And I'm exhausted. And it's time others stepped up because we need help. I'm going to go take a shower because I feel overheated. Yeah, BP's over 100. Just sitting here being pissed off at the reality of our situation and needing help. My head hurts. But yeah, we're still alive. Still trapped. Still waiting for help. Doing everything in my power to get help, but that's up to you. So, yeah. I want to go to Ireland. I want to be with my friends. People who really do care about our welfare. Who really can help. Anyway. Thanks for listening. Hope you made it to the end. Don't know how many do.